few months ago, I had kind of a chance opportunity to get some funding for a new project, which ended up actually being a great opportunity to do something really fresh and actually make my debut as a band leader. Within the last 5 months, I've written the music to this album. It's going to be released on February 7th. The theme of the album is kind of me reckoning with my decision to be in upstate New York. In the music industry, everyone's sort of expected that you're going to eventually go to a big city. I didn't necessarily think I was choosing to move back to upstate New York permanently when I came back during the pandemic, but it's ended up being a really fruitful place for me to grow as an artist rather than just a musician. So this album, the title Up There, came from this photo that my wife took a few years ago on a film camera I gave her for Christmas. And it's this barn at Kelly's Corners Road, which is right where I grew up, kind of near Milford, New York. It's got this super vivid blue sky and then this barn that's sort of decaying and then a really dark shadow at the bottom. And that is rural New York. You know, it's like super intense, vivid beauty, but then also the real reality of it's a very poor area. You have to make things happen for yourself. You know, if you let things sit, they just sort of decline. Up there is kind of me describing like, oh, I live up there. So the album is going to be coming out on Friday, February 7th, 2025, and I'll be doing a release show at Hartwick College and Anderson Theater. It's at 7:30, it's free, and it's going to start with an artist talk. Physical copies are going to be available on CD format. And also as part of this project, there's going to be accompanying liner notes available on my website to kind of give background for each of the pieces. Earlville Opera House is an old opera house in Earlville, New York, but it's also a nonprofit organization that does free grants through NYSCA. So there's individual artist commissions where they're commissioning work from artists and then also funding education projects and other stuff. So they said, hey, you should do this artist commission. I immediately thought of this idea for this album. I actually got a field recorder and I would visit a few places and kind of imagine memories, people, places, experiences and stuff. There's some kind of dedications to the lakes that we have around here. My mom was actually a professional competitive kayaker, so I grew up on the water. That's the opening track of the album, Water Bodies, is kind of a dedication to the sound of water. This album features Keith Prey on alto saxophone, Jason Emmond on bass, and Matt Niedbalski on drums. Recorded by Scott Petito at NRS Studios in Hudson Valley. Scott's worked with, you know, many legends and actually recorded some of my favorite music, so it was sort of a dream come true to be able to do that. And he's a lot of fun to work with. And then we're just going to play the music from the album start to finish with the original band. Art is an expression of what it is to be alive. It's how we deal with, you know, being here. None of us choose to be born, but we all do choose to be here. I choose to keep making music, and I'm glad it's here.